best of luck in all their activities during the school year, creating economic opportunities in our community.
Ready to gain an edge in your career? Tide Machinery's Service Technician Apprenticeship Program is designed for anyone wishing to become a diesel mechanic working on Case IH equipment through full-time, on-the-job training. Enjoy hands-on work experience, learn from factory-trained service experts, and apply your knowledge from school directly to your work with this unique program opportunity. Become a titan in the industry and grow with a dealership that invests in you at Tide Machinery, Highmore, Miller, and Pierre, your local Case IH dealer. Visit TitanMachinery.com/careers to learn more.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Wow, Bill, you're walking so much better. What did you do?
Well, I got so tired of the pain and nearly fell. And one of my friends recommended physical therapy at Winter Physical Therapy. And you know what? My back also stopped hurting.
Huh. So how did you get started?
My doctor wrote me a referral, but that's not always needed. Turns out you always have a choice where you want to go.
So why did you choose Winter Physical Therapy?
I love to support our locally owned small businesses, and quite frankly, they give great personalized care.
Winter Physical Therapy. Exceptional care.
When life gets hard and our thoughts get too much to bear, finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
Most people don't think about their furnace until it's not working, but we do. At Pipe Service Experts, we are trained to see what others miss. Airflow restrictions, pressure imbalances, heat exchanger flaws. That's how we catch little issues before they become cold nights and costly repairs. Because keeping your home warm takes more than just a toolbox. Our certified technicians will get your system running at peak condition. Call Pint Service Experts for our special $99 precision tune-up today. Call 866-EXPERTS. See website for license details.
The Corner Station Convenience Store and the Crossing Pub are both conveniently located on Pleasant Drive in Pierre, South Dakota. At the Corner Station, grab your favorite hot and cold beverages and snacks while filling your vehicle up with Cenex brand gasoline. The Corner Station also features a super tunnel car wash to keep your vehicle sparkling clean. At the Crossing, grab a cold beverage and check out their selection of appetizers while watching the Stanley County Buffaloes and Pierre Governors live on their big screen televisions. Best of luck to all area students from the Corner Station and the Crossing.
For over 70 years, Pitt's Design Build has earned our reputation locally for serving communities across South Dakota. We provide design and building services for schools, hospitals, churches, commercial offices, multifamily housing, and so much more. Pitt's Design Build is conveniently located in Pierre, Mitchell, and Sioux Falls to serve you and your organization. We bring value to our clients by facilitating the design and/or construction process. Give us a call today and check us out at pittsdesignbuild.com for a free building consultation.
DRG Media Group Sports is the official voice of the Pierre Governors.
Our hash mark over the middle and wide open at the 30-yard line. Carter shuffle by and touchdown. Here's Olsen, plenty of time, 3 seconds, gets to shoot, and it's good. for 3.
From football, volleyball, and soccer to basketball, wrestling, and softball, follow the Pierre Governors on the official voice of the Govs, River 92.7, and also on the River 92.7 page of the DRG News smartphone app and drgnews.com.
Welcome to Bowie Foods at Al's Oasis Plaza. My great-grandfather, Gus Bowie, opened the first store in 1905. I'm R.F. Bowie, the president of Bowie Foods. We aren't your typical store. You'll find everything you need for your family. You'll save money, and I promise you're going to enjoy your grocery shopping experience. We carry a lot of locally produced products and some things you just aren't going to find anywhere else. South Dakota owned, family owned, Bowie Foods.
Briggs Trucking and Construction in Fort Pierre provides quality freight transportation services, cargo hauling, excavation, and demolition services. They also specialize in dirt and gravel work for everything from commercial work to new construction. Briggs Trucking and Construction will haul everything from light poles to farm and agricultural supplies. The bigger the job or the bigger the load, the better, as that is where their expertise really shines. Contact Briggs Trucking and Construction at 605-280-2848 or email them at cbriggs25@pi.midco.net to visit about your next project.
Graham Tire of Pierre is your premier hometown shop, specializing in tires to fit vehicles, from ATVs to large farm equipment and everything in between. At your tire store next door, you can find a plethora of brand name tires that range from 4 to 10 ply and much more. Our highly skilled technicians can handle brakes, heating, and air conditioning. Call us today at 224-8643 or visit us at grahamtire.com. Graham Tire is a proud sponsor of Pierre and surrounding communities' local activities.
Buying or selling a home is a big decision. You need an expert who knows the market and gets results. Scott Darnall at Lee Real Estate in Pierre brings experience, local knowledge, and a no-nonsense approach to help you navigate every step. Whether you're looking for the perfect home or the best offer, Scott is committed to making the process smooth and stress-free. Ready to make your next move? Call Scott Darnall at 605-220-2676. Lee Real Estate, Meredith Lee, broker, owner.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose, a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Dakota Pro Air is a locally family-owned business that has been taking care of farmers' aerial needs since 2020. With locations in Letcher and Miller, Dakota Pro Air is able to provide service to a large area. Ground conditions too wet, or just don't want those sprayer tracks in your field? Give Dakota Pro Air a call for all your chemical and fertilizer application needs at 605-248-2314.
Olson Plumbing in Pierre provides complete plumbing and drain cleaning services to commercial and residential customers. Olson Plumbing understands how the simple things in life are often the things we can't live without, and running water is the top of the list. Olson Plumbing offers 24/7 emergency services, and they can be at your location in under an hour in most cases. If you need help with your plumbing system, call Olson Plumbing 605-224-6436.
Check out Iverson Auto in Mitchell or Huron for great deals and top-notch service. Iverson Auto has it all, from the knowledgeable sales and finance teams to the experienced parts and service teams, plus the best detail shop in the region. Iverson Auto, 77 plus years in our community, locally owned and operated. We have always been here and always will be. Stop in for your next new or used ride, or use one of our professional services at Iverson Auto in Mitchell and Huron, or browse our inventory online anytime at iversonauto.com.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
TMA, First Dakota National Bank, May Adam Law Office, Edward Jones, Avera St. Mary's Hospital, Wegner Auto, Graham Tire, and by Xander Auto Parts, American Bank and Trust, Kathy's Sun and Shine Properties, Owyhee Federal Credit Union, the Ramkota Hotel and Conference Center, Tokyo Hibachi and Sushi, Diamond Lumber, Birding Electric, and Black Hills Federal Credit Union. And coverage of high school sports on River 92.7 is also brought to you by these special in-game sponsors. Bank West, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, Central Dakota Eye Care, Envirotech, the South Dakota Attorney General's Office Division of Consumer Protection, Rounds Financial Services, Comtech, Coca-Cola Bottling, Wealth Partners Ameriprise Financial, Family Dental, Hermanson Endodontics, Cowboy Country Stores, and Gales Gas Service. And now, Pierre Governor Sports on the official home of the Governors, River 92.7 and DRGnews.com.
Hey, thank you very much, and a good Saturday afternoon, everybody. You got a day of high school volleyball coming your way, and you might say at long last, this will be the first time the Pierre Governor volleyball team takes to the court in a full 2 weeks. It's been since their road trip to T area the last time Pierre had a varsity volleyball competition, and we welcome you now to Riggs High Gym, where the Governors are back, but they entertain one of the top teams in South Dakota in the number 2 power-rated Brandon Valley Lynx. Brian Oakland with the play-by-play, along with William Wilson in studio. He'll run technical direction for us. Brian Menning is here with live tickets, and he'll cover the camera duties, as well as you have the opportunity to watch this match, as well as hear it on our website, drgnews.com, the River 92.7 page, and also on your DRG News smartphone app. Live ticket is also available through the Pierre School website at pierre.k12.sd.us. Going to be a tough task, but at least the Governors have had an opportunity to prepare for getting back on the court for a full 2 weeks. I think a little bit of bonding has been a part of the recipe, shall we say, and we'll be talking with head coach Gary Wheelhouse about just what they've been up to for this past 2 weeks in the layoff that they've been experiencing. It is a true mid-season break. The Governors are 10 matches in with 10 matches to go in their 20-match regular season. But they've got work to do, because right now in the power rankings, they are one of 4 teams on the outside looking in if they would want to make the ultimate postseason in the Sodax 16. Brandon Valley, no problems with that so far. They're 15-2, and they're riding a 10-match win streak, if not more, coming into this one. In fact, I think they started 2-2, so that would put them on a 13-match win streak coming in this past week. Some impressive wins over Dakota Valley, one of the top teams in Class A, and also Aberdeen Central, both wins in straight sets. And, of course, we'll see Aberdeen Central a little bit later on in this season ourselves. But we've got plenty to talk about. We're in the middle of a second set of the sophomore match, but Brandon Valley has a 15-9 lead, and they're playing for a 2-game sweep. The JV match went also to Brandon Valley, but the Governors lost that one 25-23, 25-21. Very tight and well played junior varsity match in particular, and Pierre played with a lot of energy and fire and some heart, and I think that's what we're hoping to see out of the varsity contest coming up here in just a little bit. As we speak about it, we'll do that over the course of our Bank West pregame show. It's Bank West for the best, and after a 3-minute timeout, we'll come back and take a look around the state of volleyball. We'll catch up on the updated standings and the schedules and things like that, and with what else is going on, and of course coaches' conversations, keys to success from both teams and their head coaches' standpoints, plus starting lineups and a whole lot more. All part of your Bank West pregame show, and we're back in 3 minutes to begin that. You're listening to Pierre Governor Volleyball on your official voice of the Governors, River 92.7 and DRGnews.com.
There when you need them the most. Bank West insurance agents Sam Kennecke and Angie Taylor are here to make your life easier.
As an independent agency, we're able to customize an insurance plan to fit your individual needs.
We work with dozens of companies to find you the best possible coverage and the best price.
For your insurance needs, contact Sam or Angie at Bank West Insurance in Pierre. Bank West, convenient, connected, committed. Insurance products are not deposits, not FDIC insured, not insured by any federal agency, not guaranteed by any bank, and may go down in value.
At American Family Insurance, we help protect what you've achieved so you can fearlessly go after your dreams. For auto, home, business, and life, contact us today. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance, Life Mutual, Standard of Ohio and Wisconsin Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin, 53783.
Call the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, LLC, with offices in Pierre, Oneida, and Gettysburg.
Century Business Products is a proud provider of the most reliable Kyocera copiers and printers to the Pierre School District. Backed by 5-time nationally awarded Kyocera servicing team. Are you looking to control color cost? Looking to reduce printers? Are you looking for more efficient ways to scan documents? Or maybe you'd like to become more paperless? Look no further than your local Century Business Products. Call 800-529-1950 and see how they're powering business technology.
Do you dream of a custom home built within your budget and done on time? Kruger Contracting can make that dream a reality. They're a trusted home builder since 2003, and they're going to be upfront and open about cost and transparent about where your money is going when it comes to your new home. Their skilled crew will manage construction of your new home from start to finish. They're located in Pierre and can build your home in Pierre, Fort Pierre, or the surrounding area. Call 605-222-2523. Visit KrugerContracting.com or find Kruger Contracting on Facebook.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre is here for you. They make it easy when looking for a new vehicle, getting all available vehicle information so you can spend less time researching and more time enjoying your purchase. Shop their extensive inventory from home at CapitalCityFordToyota.com or stop into Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota, 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Count on them for all your service needs with convenient scheduling and in-stock parts. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre, 605-224-7378.
There's an app for everything, including high school sports from the stations of DRG Media Group. Download the DRG News app from the App Store or Google Play. It takes only a moment, so you'll have it in time for this game. See live and archive video of all games. And when you select your favorite station during the live stream, the video will immediately pop up. See Central South Dakota High School Sports on your phone or mobile device with the DRG News app. Download it now from the App Store or Google Play.
Welcome back to Riggs High Gym, and welcome to our Bank West pregame show as we begin to talk about Pierre Governor volleyball and volleyball around the state of South Dakota, especially in Class AA. Before we do that, we remind everybody who's on the road, Brandon Valley fans or fans of other high school sports or whatever the reason, our South Dakota Office of Highway Safety reminds us as they celebrate being a part of a team that we should slow the drive and arrive alive. A reminder from the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety. Once again, Brian Oakland with a play-by-play coming up here as we, again, take a look at how things have gone, at least over the last week. But again, it's been 2 weeks since the Governors have been on the court, and that was a straight set loss at T-Area. It was a tough pill to swallow for Pierre because T-Area had not picked up a victory this season. I'm not so sure they even got a win last season, but they sure looked good a couple of weeks ago in defeating the Governors in 3 straight sets, and that's just a good indication, especially with T-Area, even in that metro vicinity, the quality of volleyball that you'll see down in that neck of the woods. And the Governors obviously realize they still have even more work to do as they progress through the second half of the season. As for their opponents, the Brandon Valley Lynx, I mentioned they were 15-2. I'm going to correct that. They are 12-2 on the season, and it is a 10-match winning streak that they are riding right now. It is actually Harrisburg, the top seed, who is 15-2, and they came off of last weekend's trip that took them to Las Vegas, and they performed quite well and kind of a high-profile victory over a team that is said to be the third-rated team in the country, a team called Marymount High School out of Los Angeles, California. But the Tigers beat them in straight sets, even after a slow start. So Harrisburg, obviously a 3-time defending state champion, and they're still odds-on favorite to make that 4 in a row. But Brandon Valley has been right there with them. They played each other the first match of the season. The Lynx won the first set, and Harrisburg got the second one quite easily, but the third and the fourth sets were tight, even though Harrisburg came out on top. But that's just something I think Brandon Valley, who won't see Harrisburg again, I imagine their season goals right now are just to stay in that number 2 spot and let kind of take care of business against everybody else that they're playing. Maybe if they meet Harrisburg again, it obviously wouldn't be until the state title match, and that's maybe what Brandon Valley wants out of the rest of the season and just to get that one last shot. But still, there's business to tend to as they come in here today in Pierre with a 12-2 mark. This past week, this is what has happened. There were a couple of matches on Monday night, straight set sweeps for O'Gorman over Aberdeen Central, and then Lynx, who defeated T-Area in 3 straight. Lynx is unbeaten out of Class A, and guess who plays Lynx 1 week from today? It's the Pierre Governors who are going to go to Lynx to take on the Orioles, and that'll be an interesting matchup there. Brandon Valley has, as mentioned, a couple of straight set sweeps. One of them came on Tuesday night when they defeated Class A Dakota Valley 27-25, 25-16, 25-19. Dakota Valley has, again, put together one of the top seasons in Class A so far. Harrisburg swept Roosevelt also on Tuesday. Watertown 3-1 over Brookings. Washington swept Huron in 3 straight. Sioux Falls Lincoln beat Mitchell 3-1. And then Sioux Falls Jefferson bested Yankton 3-0. Out west, Spearfish was upset by Class A St. Thomas More, and Sturgis was beaten by Cary Wheelhouse's Hot Springs Lady Bison, who got a 3-1 win over the Scoopers in the Black Hills Conference Tuesday night. Brandon Valley with another sweep, this time on Thursday at home over the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles, 25-16, 14-16. Other matches had Harrisburg sweeping Sioux Falls Jefferson. Sioux Falls Lincoln took 4 sets before they beat Huron in the arena on Thursday. And then Mitchell with a 5-set win over Sioux Falls Roosevelt. Also, Washington sweeps T-Area. Sioux Falls Christian, obviously one of the top teams out of Class A as well, defeating Yankton in 3 straight. Sturgis got a win 3-1 over Douglas. Rapid City Central loses 3-1 to Thunder Basin, Wyoming. Weekend action had Rapid City Stevens playing in a tournament in Gering, Nebraska yesterday. I don't have the results on what happened there, but today, in addition to Brandon Valley here at Riggs High Gym, Mitchell and T-Area are out west as they take on Douglas and Spearfish. It's basically a pair of double headers at Spearfish High School Gym, and Douglas and Spearfish are Douglas is meeting Mitchell and T-Area in Spearfish. Douglas and Spearfish are essentially hosting Mitchell and T-Area both. That's a pretty good way to get multiple matches in on the same day. In Sioux Falls, it's Lincoln hosting Jefferson this afternoon, and O'Gorman playing host to Sioux Falls Christian. Some good volleyball going on in the big town here this afternoon as well. In the week ahead, Huron will come here to Riggs High Gym. The next match for the Governors has them hosting their old District 3AA rival, the Huron Tigers. We'll have that one for you, 6:30 pregame here on River 92.7. Meanwhile, Aberdeen Central hosts T-Area. Watertown plays host to Roosevelt, and Sioux Falls Jefferson goes to Brookings. Harrisburg plays at Western Christian Iowa, a Northwest Iowa volleyball powerhouse. Sioux Falls Washington at Lincoln. Sturgis at Spearfish out west. Brandon Valley next in action after tonight when they host Yankton on Thursday. And again, the Governors have another match on Saturday going to Lenox. The current power rankings have Harrisburg on top at 15-2. Brandon Valley next in line at 12-2. Harrisburg's power point average is 45.706. While Brandon Valley is 45 flat coming into this one. O'Gorman sitting in the 3 spot. Rapid City Stevens 4. Watertown at 5 with an 11-6 record. Sioux Falls Lincoln in the 6 at 10-4. Then Spearfish and Aberdeen Central in the top 7 and 8 spots. Then you've got Sioux Falls Washington in rarefied air, where they are actually lower than you're used to seeing them in the 9 spot. Mitchell, Sioux Falls Jefferson, Rapid City Central, Brookings, Huron, Yankton, and Sioux Falls Roosevelt, who has finally put a couple of wins together this season. They are in the top 16. Unfortunately, it's Sturgis, Pierre, and Douglas who are on the last 4 on the outside looking in. So if the postseason started today, the Governors would not make the Sodak 16. Brandon Valley, as the 2 seed, would host a number 15 seed in the Yankton Gazelles. There's a look around the state of volleyball, Class AA, and we will get more into this match, the gist of it, the ins and outs with the head coaches when we talk Keys to Success coming up. After this 3-minute timeout, Keys to Success will be brought to you by Central Dakota Eye Care. You're listening to Pierre Governor Volleyball on your official home of the Govs, River 92.7 and DRGnews.com.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Fall sports are here, and Beck Motor Company is proud to cheer on our local athletes. Just like teamwork on the field or court, you can count on teamwork at our dealership. Whether you're driving a new Chevy Equinox, a tough Chevy Silverado, or keeping your current ride in top shape with our service department, Beck Motor Company is here for all your automotive needs. Good luck to all our hometown teams this season. From your friends at Beck Motor Company, we're making a great deal better. www.beckmotors.com, 605-224-5912.
Dakota Storm Roofing is a locally owned roofing company in Pierre, specializing in both residential and commercial roofing services. They can handle your asphalt shingle, metal roofing, and flat roof needs. New construction, plus all types of roof repairs. They can handle the finishing touches, adding fascia, soffit, and gutters too. No job is too big or too small. For a free estimate, call Dakota Storm Roofing at 280-9794. Go to dakotastormroofing.com or find them on Facebook or Instagram.
Superior Concrete is proud to sponsor the Governors this season and just as proud to offer the finest concrete solutions available for commercial and residential applications as well as foundation and flat work. The bottom line, if you need anything done with concrete, we can do it. Superior Concrete. Give us a call today for an estimate or more information. That's Superior Concrete. Find us on Facebook or call the office at 605-494-0102. That's 494-0102. Call today.
Do you love watching high school sports but find yourself wanting to be more involved? LiveTicket.tv has the solution for you. They're looking for production managers to assist for this school year. Duties include the management of equipment as well as basic technological understanding. But don't stress, paid training will be provided. Part-time wages starting at $20 per hour. Call 833-605-LIVE, extension 2. That's 833-605-5483, extension 2. And punch your ticket to joining one of the fastest growing companies in South Dakota.
Chances are you're overlooking a big energy thief in your home or commercial building, the garage doors. But Overhead Door Company of Pierre can help stop that energy waste with a full range of insulated, weather-tight garage doors. Their residential garage doors give you insulated performance at an uninsulated price. And their Thermocore insulated steel doors give commercial buildings the energy efficiency they demand today. Find out more. Call Overhead Door Company of Pierre at 1-800-649-9905 and put a stop to the garage door energy thief.
All right, it's been a while, but we're back with Kerry Wheelhouse, the head coach of the Pierre Governors. It's time to talk keys to success. A 2-week layoff here, Coach, since you went to T and it didn't go very well that day. But, maybe it's the mid-season break that you needed. And I guess the big question is, what have you been doing? What has the team been up to these last 2 weeks?
Yeah, we had a lot of conversations with the girls, one-on-ones about, what they see, what they're doing, how are they feeling mentally, physically. What are the things that they see that they think that we should be doing maybe a little bit different? So trying to implement some of that stuff, and then they want to be challenged more. And so we've been really working on challenging them more in practice and doing some more hard mentally things in practice to get them ready. And so it's been a good 2 weeks. Really got to work in the gym, get to take some time to really work on it instead of trying to work, play. And so they've enjoyed that. Really kind of an opportunity to bond a little bit more as a team as well? Yeah, we've done some team bonding, got to do some different stuff during that time and then get a break. The girls got a full weekend off. And so that's nice to just kind of recoup our bodies and have that break to get that time off. Well, they want to be challenged. They're going to get one today with maybe one of the top two teams in the state in Brandon Valley. This is a team that's just so athletic, and they've been coming on so strong in the last few years. So how do you approach this one? How have you prepared for this match? Yeah, really, we've worked on, what can we do? And, when we look at them, like, why can't we beat these guys? And one of the things the girl says, they got a lot of height over there and jumpers. Well, that's easy to use the block then and use that against them and use it to our advantage with our hitters, and really worked on that. And we worked on a little bit of a different rotation, kind of working to see which one is going to work better. So we're going to try and play a couple girls a little bit differently. And so I think that's going to help us. against these guys. And then really, what are the things that we can win no matter what the outcome of the game is, our energy, our communication. So we've really worked on the communication side, which is going to help us on the court with what we're seeing on the other side, with what they're doing, where we can go, where our hits can go. So I think that's the biggest thing for us on our side. They've got some jumpers, they've got some hard hitters, and they're going to come at you with everything. So we've just got to be ready for it and play that dig or die volleyball. Maybe they're used to a 3-ball always, on the other side of the net. Maybe, use some second balls going over to try and shake them a little bit. So just trying to do different things so that we can be ready for them.
You mentioned the word energy and all of that as well. And, watching this junior varsity match, you've got the energy. That team at least has the energy. They're playing with a lot of spirit, fire, heart, and obviously I'm not saying the varsity doesn't do that, but I think if that can spill over into this varsity match, and especially after this long layoff, that can only help you out.
Yeah, the girls are really excited to get back on the court, which helps too, to get that energy. Like they're ready to play. They're ready to not have like such a long break and get back onto the court. So we'll use that energy. We talked about, they play a lot better when they're smiling. So even if you're not happy, fake it till you make it. And maybe, whether they need to tell a joke in the timeouts or what they need to do to get us everybody smiling again. Because, win, lose, or draw, we're playing a game that we love and we can't lose sight of that.
And I would suggest too that when you play one of the top-notch teams in the state, that should kind of harness your focus a little bit. And I would hope that intense focus is there throughout, no matter what the score is, but you want to make a good showing against one of the best teams in the state.
Yeah, our motto for the year is why not us? And I said to the girls, why can't we beat them? What says that we can't, and so using that, like, why can't we do some of this stuff? But there's no reason that we can't do and play well. Our best game that I think we played all season was against Watertown. So let's go out and play another good season game against Brandon Valley and really get rolling for the second half of the season.
All right, Coach. Hey, it's good to see you again. Go get them today, all right?
Thanks.
Back at Ringside Gym, the pregame video has started, and boy, they have got the bass and the woofers jacked up for this one, trying to get maybe the Governor Volleyball squad jacked up for this one as well as they take on the Brandon Valley Lynx. Head coach Kerry Wheelhouse, coach's comments and keys to success are brought to you by Central Dakota Eye Care in Pierre. Let's step aside and hear from CDE, and we're back to speak with Coach Marette Grage of the Brandon Valley Lynx. Keys to success continue. This is Pierre Governor Volleyball.
There when you
Did
need
you
them
know
the most.
16 million Americans suffer from dry eye? Hi, this is Dr. Nick Marso of Central Dakota Eye Care. Along with providing comprehensive eye exams evaluating vision and health of your eyes, we now offer IPL dry eye treatments. OptiLight IPL is a new, innovative light therapy treatment for dry eye and is FDA approved. Also available at our clinic are dry eye products and supplements. Call us today, 224-6128 for more information and to schedule an appointment. Central Dakota Eye Care, 640 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Better vision for a great life.
Keys to success continue with Marette Grage, the head coach of the Brandon Valley Lynx, on a long road trip, but it's Saturday. Yep. It's a good weekend for you, and a good week so far. A couple of nice wins, a real nice sweep over Dakota Valley on Tuesday night, I think it was. And I consider them obviously AA caliber, and you go down to their place and take care of business. You got Aberdeen Central, and just after a 2-2 start, taking care of every test that you've had, I'm really impressed with what you've got going on. You have to be too.
Oh, very, very happy with how the girls are playing. When we played probably our best match against Dakota Valley this season. Everybody was just on. It was very fun to watch, to see their hard work pay off and just gelling like that.
What's really clicking for you? I know you got Jersey Melcher back after a knee injury from last year, and all of this is just kind of coming together. And to see the progress that this team has made over the last 3 years, in particular, is nothing short of impressive.
Yeah, we're older now. We've been very young the last 2 years, so experience and just playing very consistent ball.
And against everybody else, sure, you're in that metro where it's do or die, and it is every girl for themselves, every team for themselves, and but it just seems like you're going about your business and just kind of taking care of your own business and not worrying about so much what anybody else has going on.
True. I mean, every time you step on the court, you just have to be very focused. And I remind the girls, since we're doing so well this year, we are the team to beat. Sure. So you're probably going to see the best of each team that you play. And so you just have to be mentally and physically prepared every time you step on the court.
And that's including the teams, your opponents that are struggling, like you see with the Pierre Governors. And this is not a game you want to come in and be complacent about. You still, I'm sure, will come in and just try to do everything you can to keep playing well. What are the things that you could still use some improvements on, though?
Blocking. I feel like we can block better than we are. We do touch a lot of balls and stuff, but I feel like we could do better on getting a block kill, more block kills.
Okay. What else do you see from Pierre that could be a challenge for you then, too?
Pierre's always scrappy, and they always bring a lot of energy, especially playing at home. So, just being very focused and moving and playing good defense.
Okay. Maybe an opportunity for you to get more in your rotation a little bit,
We'll
too?
see if we're playing well. I'd like to.
Okay. All right. I think that covers it. Any other keys to success today?
Just always serve and pass.
Okay. All right, Coach, always appreciate your time. Good luck.
Thank you.
Barrett Grage, who's been there quite a while at Brandon Valley. Her coach's comments and keys to success also brought to you by Central Dakota Eye Care in Pierre. Let's pause for 2 minutes, and we'll sneak in your starting lineups when we come back as our keys to as our Bank West pregame show does continue. This is Pierre Governor Volleyball.
I'm Scott Nye. As a coach for the Pierre Governors, I know a winning game plan is crucial. When it comes to your finances, you deserve one too. At New Edge Advisors, our name is new, but our commitment to you isn't. We're the same trusted team you've known, and we've expanded our playbook of resources to help you plan for retirement, manage investments, and protect your future. Let's build the strategy that gets your financial future into the end zone.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors LLC is a separate entity from LPL Financial.
At Avera Orthopedics, we're transforming pain into possibility every day. Whether you're chasing a personal best or simply want to enjoy life to the fullest, our specialized care is designed to help you feel better and stronger. We're here for you. No referral needed. Trust Avera Orthopedics to unlock a world of endless possibilities. Visit avera.org/orthopedics and start your journey from pain to possibility today.
Fall sports are here, and Beck Motor Company is proud to cheer on our local athletes. Just like teamwork on the field or court, you can count on teamwork at our dealership. Whether you're driving a new Chevy Equinox, a tough Chevy Silverado, or keeping your current ride in top shape with our service department, Beck Motor Company is here for all your automotive needs. Good luck to all our hometown teams this season. From your friends at Beck Motor Company, we're making a great deal better. www.beckmotors.com, 605-224-5912.
Dakota Storm Roofing is a locally owned roofing company in Pierre, specializing in both residential and commercial roofing services. They can handle your asphalt shingle, metal roofing, and flat roof needs. New construction, plus all types of roof repairs. They can handle the finishing touches, adding fascia, soffit, and gutters too. No job is too big or too small. For a free estimate, call Dakota Storm Roofing at 280-9794. Go to dakotastormroofing.com or find them on Facebook or Instagram.
Envirotech makes life a little bit simpler. No matter what the circumstances, no matter what is handed to you, Envirotech has you covered. One call is all it takes to have easy setup, easy pickup, and easy payment. Call Envirotech at 224-4804 or use their website to pay your bill online at envirotechwaste.com. Use the mobile app Waste Connect. Check their website or receive a robocall for collection schedule due to weather or holidays. Envirotech has you covered.
Back at Ringside Gym and Envirotech with today's starting lineups. We'll breeze through these as quickly as we can. We'll be going to another break shortly. Molly Olson is in as a setter, now 5'6" and a junior, along with Sloan Waldron, the 5'7" senior, as she'll be setting and doing some hitting up front. Allie Keys at 5'8" junior, hits from the outside. Alexa Schleckaway as a defensive specialist at 5'7" and a junior, with Addison Novotny in the middle, the sophomore, and Alyssa Lowe is the 6-foot junior in the middle as well. For the Governors, Olson, Keys, Waldron, Schleckaway, Lowe, Novotny, the starting rotation. Hadley Hart is the 5'6" senior libero for the Pierre Governors, and head coach Carrie Wheelhouse, assistant coaches Rachel Arbach and Peyton Gall. The Envirotech starting lineups for the visitors, the Brandon Valley Lynx, as they begin with setter Logan McGuire. Actually, the primary setter will be Raya Sheely, a 5'9" senior, Logan McGuire, a 5'8" sophomore, Abby Gruber, a 5'11" senior in the middle. middle. Gianna Stroh, 5'9", senior outside. Jersey Melcher, 5'9", junior outside hitter. Kennedy Boomsmith is a 6-foot junior. And also the libero, Maya Van Westen, the junior for Brandon Valley Lynx, and their head coach, Marette Grage. Those are your Envirotech starting lineups. 2 minutes and your game officials are coming back as well. This is Pierre Governor Volleyball.
Superior
Highmore, they've been building partnerships for life by treating customers right, offering a low-pressure sales process, no haggling over price, passing low overhead savings on, and providing a Ford-certified service department fixing it right the very first time. If you're looking for a new Ford, a quality pre-owned vehicle, a new or used ATV, or a trailer, stop by Jan Bussey Ford in Highmore and experience the difference.
Jan Bussey Ford, building partnerships for life.
When the world feels big, a small note can mean everything. Find mental health support at sdbehavioralhealth.gov.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Generational success means different things to different people. But to us, it means seeing my daughter follow in my footsteps, keeping the farm in the family, just getting to do this every day. We're Agtegra Cooperative, and we're generationally successful. That's who we are. Agtegra Cooperative.
Hey, Josie.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box.
First serve here, Pierre in Brandon Valley at Riggs High Gym. Let's tell you who the law on the court is today. Our law on the court brought to you by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office and their Division of Consumer Protection, and we thank them for doing what is very oftentimes a thankless job in officiating high school sports. Minding the net today, the R1 will be Stephanie Jetland, and Todd Sandel is the R2 today on the scorers table side. The line judges will be Joseph Konopczynski and Micah Miller, today's game officials. Stephanie Jetland, Todd Sandel, Joseph Konopczynski, and Micah Miller. Thanks, folks, for being today's law on the court from the South Dakota Attorney General's Office Consumer Protection Division. We'll hear this important message from them. We'll hear from Comtech, and your Comtech First Serve is coming up. Here, Governor Volleyball on River 92.7.
Inheritance, romance, and investment scams continue to plague South Dakotans with high dollar amount losses. They prey on vulnerable adults and swindle consumers out of their funds. Scammers befriend the victim, making it difficult for them to see the reality of what's happening. If you have a loved one susceptible to this type of scam, sit down and talk with them about these issues before it happens to them. If you or a loved one have been scammed in this manner, please reach out to the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986. Comtech has your technology solutions. Check out their showroom located right off the truck route on Irwin Street. Come in and see what you've been missing. A large selection of TVs, sound systems, and smart speakers, PCs, desktops, and tablets, home and business security and telecommunication systems. Comtech is your all-in-one solution for any technology needs. Wishing all athletes the best of luck in today's competition. Comtech. Come see what you've been missing.
Here we are, Riggs High Gym, the home of the Pierre Governors, and it is time for high school volleyball. Pierre Governors hosting the second-ranked, second power-rated Brandon Valley Lynx. The Governors 2-8, coming in off of a 2-week layoff, though. Brandon Valley a 2-0 week themselves, with wins over Dakota Valley and Aberdeen Central. This will be their third match, so they're already a well-oiled machine in this. They've been pretty busy this week as well. Brian Oakland with the play-by-play. It's Brian Menning for live tickets on camera, as you can watch this one at drgnews.com and the DRG News smartphone app, River 92.7 page of both. Or you can watch it at gogovs.live as well. And William Wilson runs technical production in our DRG Media Group studios. The Governors are wearing green today, something they don't normally do on their home floor. They've got these new green jerseys, but they still look right at home on the brand new floor here at Riggs High Gym. Brandon Valley, I think they thought this was the NBA, and they brought their home whites on the road here to the capital city, and they'll be hitting from right to left as you watch this one online. The Governors in green will return from left to right. Brandon Valley will have our Comtech opening serve, Comtech Communication Services and electronic sales and service as well on the lower truck bypass in Pierre. And just to make sure everybody is in the right rotations as we get set to go. Brandon Valley, white jerseys with red numbers and trim. Libero out there, Maya Van Westen in black on black. The Governors in green. Libero Hadley Hart will wear the home white jersey. First serve goes deep to the back end line. Well played up, but the Governors not in system. They'll free ball it back from Sloan Waldron. Here come the Lynx on the first swing, and it is an ace block up front. A good start defensively for Addison Novotny, and the Pierre Governors will score first, and a side-out point at that. Interesting that Moret Grage said the one thing they could use a little more work on, Brandon Valley, that is blocking, getting more block kills or block points. Brandon Valley, the more conventional style, bumps that spike, returning the first Pierre serve of the day. And Jersey Melcher, the 5'9 junior, she's a good one. She'll score from the right side up front. Melcher is back to serve now. Sloan Waldron plays it up to Molly Olson, and another shot left side here. Oh, Brandon Valley got the fortunate bounce off the basketball structure. Otherwise, Allie Keys would have scored one. Here up front, Novotny with a power tap. That's blocked wayward, and now a mistimed jump here for Gianna Stroh, and it's into the net, and the Governors get the point after all. Allie Keys with a hot shot from the left side of the Governor line. And this is what I would like to see. The Governors in the first 10 matches of the season, I've kind of talked about simplicity a little bit, or trying to simplify a little bit, and we'll see if they can do that. Not really getting too cute with their set passes and things like that. Hot shot here by Stroh, but it's dug right back, and Stroh will try again and score off of the Waldron block attempt. Gianna Stroh, I was watching this young lady in pregame warm-ups, and the technique obviously nobody's going to have more hang time than Gianna Stroh, and I'm going to tell you why, because she's a 4-time reigning state AA high jump champion, so she's up in the air for a long time. But there's Allie Keys coming right back, shooting and scoring, and this is what the Governors need. In a nutshell, they've got to get Allie Keys swinging and swinging hard, because she packs a punch, and we just haven't seen near enough of that over the course of the season. Here's a serve that'll go long by Sloan Waldron. She packs a punch as well, but this time too much from beyond the service line, and all we've done is trade side out so far to a 3-3 tie here in Brandon Valley, as Raya Sheely will serve for the first time. Governors didn't get a good return. They'll have to free ball it back. Marina Bushbaum is then in the return. There is Stroh, and a hot shot down out of the reach of Hadley Hart, and Gianna Stroh will score the first service point for either team so far today. 4-3 Brandon Valley. The Brandon Valley Lynx, and again, another verification of the rotation. Todd Sandel, our R1 today. I'll tell you what, folks, a lot of officials in volleyball, some of them might be a little more focused on how you're setting up and, how you're pushing the ball across and making sure you're doing it with simultaneous hands. The one thing Mr. Sandel, who I have known for years and years, the one thing he watches more than anything is that to make sure everybody's in the rotation when he's the R2. So I've given Kerry Wheelhouse a goal of 0 rotation violations today. We'll see if that happens. Here's Keys again, and out of the reach of the middle back, Jersey Melcher. We've seen Gianna Stroh hit some hard shots today, but Allie Keys and the 2 kills that she's had so far, just nothing but power. She's the 5'8 junior. She's getting up, swinging well so far. The Governors have served back, and there it is. A rotation violation that'll be called against Brandon Valley. Somebody a little bit out of position. You know, in Brandon Valley, you see, if you're watching, they packed 3 people over there by the ladder. Technically, they're all in order, but if their feet just aren't properly positioned, then our friend Todd Sandel will see them out of rotation. Stroh will swing and score from the left side again. Come on, Brian, we got to get back to the volleyball action as it is. It's 5-5. This is Gianna Stroh serving. And that'll be played in the back row by Lexi Schleckaway. Schleck will get it back at the 10-foot line, clear it away, but there is Sheely to put it up into the air. And now out to the left side it goes again. And Jersey Melcher will swing and score. Melcher lost all of last season to an ACL tear. 5'9 junior. Good for Brandon Valley to have her back. And again, she's another good one. And all that's done is kind of gel Brandon Valley's rotation and chemistry back. Here's a swing for Bushbaum, right side for Pierre, near side, and there is Melcher defensively to get one of those block kills that Coach Moret Grage said they need more of. Brandon Valley now on a 3-point rally, 7-5, right to left, and a miss hit here for Stroh. And that one doesn't clear the net. That'll be a point to Pierre. 6 serving 7. I'll tell you what, as long as Pierre can play with these Lynx, obviously Pierre doesn't. I love the motto from Kerry Wheelhouse. Why not us? I don't think anybody's really expecting. And now Pierre is in a rotation violation. I don't think anybody's really expecting the Governors to win this match, but so far they haven't played all that bad. But that rotation violation makes it 8-6. It'll be Brandon Valley's serve, but Coach Wheelhouse wants a timeout. Timeouts in our broadcast are brought to you by Coca-Cola Bottling in Pierre. A 30-second break. Grab a Coke and be back with more Pierre Governor Volleyball on River 92.7.
Smart grocery shopping?
I can't find a way to get my whole group to one spot without taking all these cars. You haven't heard of Denwall Transportation? They have luxury seating buses with air conditioning, outlets to charge your phone, and other must-haves for traveling.
Whoa, no way!
Yeah, you should check them out.
Where can I find them?
You can follow them on Facebook or denwalltransportation.com, or hey, let's give them a call at 605-532-3836.
Denwall Transportation, let us do the driving.
Now's your chance.
Back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union press box.
Brandon Valley leading the Governors. Set number 1 as we race to 25. Every point, every serve resulting in a point, or sometimes even before we serve, there could be points being scored. We've had a rotation violation for both teams, and I think in this case, Kerry Wheelhouse calls the timeout just to tell the girls to make sure they stay focused in the rotation. You do not want to help Brandon Valley's cause by being even slightly out of rotation, and that can cause some issues. And now, just as the Governors are, the Governors were scrambling to make sure, and they had it all set, and then everybody started moving around, and then suddenly they're all in position. Meanwhile, Brandon Valley serves, and they get a long one in here, a miss by Abby Gruber, and she will promptly check out. So Governors serve again. The Lynx will set it up to Melcher. The first pass goes over the net. That was inadvertent. A great dive and a greater effort by Olsen to try to make amends. Now it's a Hadley Hart lunge. She'll get it back, and the Governors will free ball it on the return again. Here's a push by Kennedy Boomsma, but against that, the Governors end up in the net, and this will be a net violation for Pierre. Kennedy Boomsma had to do everything she could just to get to that set pass and push it over, so a pretty good hustle play there. Meanwhile, 9-7, Brandon Valley leads. As Pierre is in system this time, adding Novotny swings, but no good. Brandon Valley with Boomsma at the net, and that will not clear. So a hitting error this time for Brandon Valley, and still a 1-point Lynx lead. Governors will serve at 8-9. It's Schleckaway's turn. She'll send it across. Brandon Valley setting things up, and the long braid of Jersey Melcher on the right side. Didn't get much on it. Jersey's back to the left edge this time, and this time She'll swing and score. As Schleckaway dug it, but it was back to the net and stays underneath. So Jersey Melcher with 3 kills. Gianna Stroh with 3 kills for Brandon Valley. They've got a 10-8 advantage here in the first set. Melcher back to serve it again. Schleckaway up to Olsen. One-handed power tap by Sloan Waldron. Well defended by the Lynx. Now a punch out by Allie Keys, who's back up on the left side. Here's a hit for Stroh again. Governor's going to block touch. Now a collision, but it's back in play for Pierre. They'll clear it out. Here's McGuire setting up. Stroh again. Second touch over from Olsen, and the libero Maya Van Westen does the job. Here's another dig. No, Pierre is into the net. Brandon Valley just kept the swings coming this time. Great defense by the Governors. And if you can keep balls off the floor, eventually lull them to sleep, maybe that's how you can get them to make some mistakes of their own. But the Governors with their third error. However, Melcher back to serve, and this one will sail long. Third service miss for Brandon Valley. 2-point Lynx lead. It's 9-11. Here come the Governors again. Left to right away. Shimmy over the net, and this one touches the floor. That's a service ace. As Van Westen couldn't quite get underneath it, that'll be a kill for Addie Novotny. Or a service ace, rather. First of the day for the Governors. 10-11 now. And, well, she took one, and then she gave it right back. Second one goes long, so the Governors have missed on a couple of serves so far here in set number 1 as well. 12-10, keep them within your sights. That's got to be the mantra of the Governors here today. Novotny will play the Van Westen serve up. Allie Keys with a big swing. A lot of hang time. Stayed out of the net. A great job defensively by the Lynx up in the middle. Here's Keys with another swing. That one touched up front. Kept alive out of the back row. Stroh will have to push it back. And the Governors are in the net or across the center line once again. It's Waldron. I think Waldron maybe came up there, tried to block, and I don't know if she rattled the net, but maybe in turning around and getting back into position for something else, she may have crossed that center line. And now Van Westen will serve with Brandon Valley leading 13-10. There's a great job. Bumps that spike. As Waldron set up Addie Novotny, or check it. Allie Keys. Keys with her third kill, and I'll tell you, I think the matches that we've done so far, Allie Keys, we know she has the ability to shoot and score, but we haven't seen it near enough, and we've seen the power tonight, and that's probably, or this afternoon so far, that's probably one thing that the Governors have tried to put a little more emphasis on in the last couple of weeks when they haven't played a single match. Here's a set by McGuire that goes out to the left side, and it's too tall for Abby Gruber. Gruber at 5'11". All of these Lynx hitters have great leaping ability. By the way, the previous point was a service error by Sloan Waldron. Right now it's 12, serving 14. Swing for Stroh. Keys tries to keep it alive, but it goes to the bleacher section near side. And Gianna Stroh will score her fourth of the afternoon. 15-12, Brandon Valley. Stroh is back to serve. Hadley Hart will play it up here. Waldron out to the opposite side. Schleckaway took a swing, but that's dug back. Now Schleckaway first touch. Waldron back to Marina. Bushbomb down the line. Van Westen with a touch. There was a second opportunity. Third hit comes from the Brandon Valley bench side, but that'll be a kill for Marina Bushbomb. Swinging with the left hand, the Governors with 5 kills in this first set. They're back within 2 at 13, serving 15. Here comes Novotny back in. It's Molly Olsen to serve. Middle back, returned by Sheely, and then up front it comes. And there's no problem with that one for, I believe that's Abby Gruber. Yes, it is. Her first kill. Quick points. You get a lot of those with Brandon Valley when they're on the court. And Gruber back to serve. She uses the left side of the service line. This time it's Novotny to the back row. Set dig by Stroh, keeping it alive. Boomsma pushed it back. Now the Governors on 1, 2, 3. They hit the rafters on the third, and it stays on the Pierre side. The attempt by Lola Kenols playing in the back row. Fifth hitting error on the floor for the Governors. Now 17-13, Brandon Valley with a 4-point lead for the first time today in this first set. Novotny with a big swing, and that'll add another one for the Lynx as this one hit a little too long. Little history lesson. Brandon Valley 3 years ago was beaten in this gym in the Sodak 16. When the Pierre Governors went to the state tournament, they ended up finishing 5th that year, the senior year for players like Avery Kaiser and Remington Price, Lily Sanchez. Service ace, by the way, for Brandon Valley, and that'll send Pierre into a timeout. Abby Gruber with the single. It's 19-13, 4 in a row going on for the Lynx. And we take another Coca-Cola break. You're listening to Pierre Governor Volleyball back in 30 seconds on River 92.7.
Taking care of your smoking fast fiber internet from Venture Communications. Upgrade to the speed you need, up to 1 gig. And with whole home Wi-Fi included as part of your service, experience no-lag gaming, your favorite music, web surfing, HD video streaming, and connect to the latest smart devices. If you're ready for an upgrade, call or visit Venture Communications online.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box.
Back at Riggs High Gym. Here, Governor Volleyball on River 92.7 on a Saturday afternoon. Before that little break, I was talking about Brandon Valley losing in the Sodak 16 3 years ago, but they haven't missed the state tournament since. That young squad back then is one of the top teams in South Dakota this year. Meanwhile, the Governors have not made it back to the state volleyball tournament since. They were beaten in 5 sets at Aberdeen Central the next year. And here now, the Governors in danger of even making the postseason halfway through. They get a good point coming out of the timeout. Little two-hand touch. Brandon Valley thought it may be out of bounds. It was not. On the near side, Alyssa Lowe with a swing and kill. But coming back, it's Jersey Melcher doing what Jersey Melcher does. She gets this one through a set dig attempts. The Governors with more hustle just couldn't run it down. So 4 in a row, a little rally there for Brandon Valley gave them a little bit of a cushion. They lead by 6 now, and it's 20-15. And then they'll get a service ace this time. A little misplay by Hadley Hart. And the ace goes to Logan McGuire, 5'8" sophomore. I was prepared coming in here and expecting to see Raya Sheely, the kind of the featured setter for Brandon Valley. I know she's been coming on, but Logan McGuire also listed as a setter, but both are also listed as right side hitting specialists. So very, very adaptable and versatile players that Brandon Valley has here. Molly Olson tried to catch the Lynx off guard, but again, Maya Van Westen gets in there, keeps things alive. And a swinging kill for Brandon Valley over on the left side. If I recall, that might have been, it must have been Melcher. It was a right-hand swing. Sheely, I assume, swings left-handed. Now a service error for McGuire is in the net. Lynx again with a cushion. They open it up to 23-15 right here. As Schleckaway, the server for the Governors in green. And Schleckaway can't handle the shot for Kennedy Boomsma, who becomes the 4th Lynx hitter to record a swinging kill here in this opening set. That one puts Brandon Valley at 24. And they have set points here, 24, serving 15. Doves get low with Waldron to play this one up. Novotny swings away from the right side. Left-handed power tap by Sheely is covered up. Here's Waldron taking a swing for the Governors. There is McGuire, though. Sheely again with the swinger. And the dig back to the tape. It stayed on the Pierce side. And then Molly Olson, after a great keep alive by Sloan Waldron, it's Olson from the back row, able to put that one in a good spot over on the Brandon Valley side. It's down for a kill, and this one will last another point, but only one more as Addie Novotny serves into the net. The 4th service error of the first set is the final point of game number 1 that goes to the Brandon Valley Lynx. On the Gales Gas Service scoreboard, Lynx 25 and the Pierre Governors 16. Brandon Valley strikes first with that first set here on a Saturday afternoon at Riggs High Gym. The Gales Gas Service scoreboard brought to you by Gales Gas Service in Pierre. Let's pause for 2 minutes. We'll go to game 2 when we come back. Governor Volleyball and your official home for the Pierre Governors, River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
First Dakota has contact for business, farm, commercial, and residential plumbing needs located in Pierre. No job is too big or small for Allied. Put our over 50 years of experience to work for you. At Allied Plumbing and Heating, the only surprise we want for our customers is how fast they get the job done. That's why we offer free estimates on every single service. No hidden charges. Give them a call today at Allied Plumbing and Heating. Remember, you can rely on your allies.
John Hoffman Electric is your neighborhood electrical service contractor and so much more. No job is too big or too small for our team of professionals. We pride ourselves on keeping up with new technologies such as Aerial, an augmented reality visual tool used to customize and experience a finished space before breaking ground. So whether you're building new or renovating a home, farm, or commercial space, let John Hoffman Electric light the way. John Hoffman is a proud sponsor of all local activities broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
Each day brings the opportunity to make a difference, to follow through with integrity, to solve challenges through innovative thinking, and to bring the technical know-how needed to get the job done. At Wilbur Ellis, this is how we work, standing side by side as local experts who partner with the stewards of the land. We do it together. That's the power of we.
Protect what matters most with the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, American Family Insurance. Our personalized insurance solutions ensure you're covered, no matter what life throws your way. From home and auto to farm, commercial, and life, we tailor policies to fit your unique needs. With our dedicated team and exceptional service, you'll have peace of mind knowing you're in good hands. Contact the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, LLC.
Best of luck.
Back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union press box.
Throughout most of the first half into the second half of the game, it was 14-12, 15-13 at one point, but then Brandon Valley scored 4 in a row to go up by 6, and they cruised from there. And they start with a Comtech first serve put in play by the Governors, but Brandon Valley gets it to Jersey Melcher, who has her 6th kill of the match so far. And that's the first one that scored here in this second set as well. Here, free ball's the next one off of the Lynx serve. Here comes Raya Sheely on the outside, but that one is dug up by Hadley Hart. Sheely gets a hand on the next one, but a free ball back by the Lynx. Now a chance for the Governors in system. Allie Keys, who has had some great swings so far, dug up by Melcher in the back row. Now Jayana Stroh, left side, near side, too low. That's in the net, and the Governors will counter with their first points of this second set. Quick step aside for station identification. This is Pierre Governor Volleyball. We'll do that after this point here, as it is Schleckaway putting it in play, and Stroh swings. That's out of bounds on the near side.
Driven by the Office of Highway Safety, River 92.7, KGFX FM, and K296FI Pierre. Stay alive. Don't text and drive.
2-1, Governors starting another hitting error there for the Lynx. Here's Boomsma with a little palm shot across. It's Olsen up to Waldron, and she tries to backhand one away, but Brandon Valley is there. They cover it up, and then they get it to Jayana Stroh, who will score her 5th of the afternoon. And a 2-2 start to game number 2, if you will. Maya Van Westen serving for the Brandon Valley Lynx. Here comes Alyssa Lowe. Back in action after that 2-week layoff is Lowe. Here's a dig for the Governors off of a swing from Brandon Valley, but dug right back. Sheely takes a half-hearted swing, and then Brandon Valley gets it right back again. Now Stroh from the 10-foot line had to wait on it. Here's Olsen trying to keep one out of the net. Can't do that, as the dig by Hart went back a little too close. It was a good effort by Olsen, but still a kill for Jayana Stroh. Kind of a two-headed monster for Brandon Valley so far in the scoring column, as Keys will now miss for the Governors to the near side, swinging for the middle. But Gianna Stroh with 6 kills, Jersey Melcher with 6 kills. And the Lynx are on a 3-0 run so far. They lead it 4-2. Little tweener here in Van Weston. Played back by Schleckaway. Somehow she got low to kind of set that one up, but a little bump across for the Governors. Comes out of bounds, and that'll be a serve return miscue for the Govs. And a 5-2 start to this one for Brandon Valley. Governors get it back to Waldron on the right side. Back set by Molly Olson, and Sloan Waldron will swing and score off the block, her first kill of the day. Waldron, who is listed as a setter and a right side hitter, just like Logan McGuire, just like Raya Shealy for Brandon Valley. Everybody's trying to get these more versatile players. Stroh coming up with a authority. She swung and hit that with a purpose. Marina Bushbaum was there, but look out, Student Body in red and white and blue day, because that one's coming in hot. Stroh again scoring. 6-3. Back to the Lynx, so one and done for the Governors. Trying to get in system here, and Lowe had to adjust on the set. Just wasn't quite in position in the middle. And a third error for the Govs in this game. It's 7-3. Shealy again, the lefty, swinging from the right side of the service line. Schleckaway didn't get the Govs in system with that return. He's a little tap by Keys, but it's sent right back. Keys will now get it here, and there's no touch by Brandon Valley. Allie Keys a little bit low, and it stays in the net this time. So the Lynx, who scored 4 in a row to go up 5-2, now have another 3 in a row after the Govs just had 1 in their service run. And it's 8-3. Shealy again leans into that one a little too much. That'll stay low and into the net. 5 service errors for Brandon Valley so far today. But they've got a bit of a cushion early in the second game. They lead 8-4 as Allie Keys serves from the middle. Shealy plays it up. McGuire runs it down and sets up out on the far side. Gruber got it across. The Govs dig to the upper reaches of the gym, and it comes down finally. And then they leave here for Gianna Stroh, already with 4 kills for Gianna in this one. I've got her with 8. They've got her with 7 on the board. And it is 9-4. Stroh back to serve. Played up here by Hadley Hart to Sloan Waldron. Punched over by Allie Keys. Couldn't get anything on that. And now Logan McGuire will spot kill with the second touch. Little hook shot is over the Governor defense and down into the campfire. 10-4 Lynx. Stroh serving. Once again, Hadley Hart lets this go, and it lands right on the back end line. To your left, if you're watching at drgnews.com, a service ace for Gianna Stroh, the 4th of the day for the Lynx. First for Jay. Then right to left, little lob across this time. Played up to Waldron. Here's Schleckaway down the line. That one's off the net, but it ricochets out of bounds. And a good time for a timeout here for the Pierre Governors, who have run up 5 hitting errors now to help the Brandon Valley cause. 12-4 here in the second. A Coca-Cola timeout brought to you by Coca-Cola Bottling in Pierre. Grab another Coke and be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Pierre Governor Volleyball.
Wagner Auto Company is
to the Pierre Governors from Black Sheep Agronomy, your local agronomy experts. Black Sheep Agronomy wants you to have a successful farm plan, and they're focused on products and practices that work in this region. As community members themselves, Tyler, Tice, and Austin support area students who work hard in their school and extracurricular activities. Good luck, Governors, from Black Sheep Agronomy. Call 842-6104 for all your agronomy needs.
Stay in a
Welcome
beautiful...
back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
Brandon Valley opening things up here in the second set. They had a good run to close out the first and a 9-point victory, 25-16. Right now, 12-4, set 2. Welcome back to Riggs High Gym on a Saturday afternoon. Football last night, if you missed it, the Pierre Governors went down to O'Gorman and were, just play here or there. away from coming away with a victory over an 11 AAA opponent, but Pierre lost 27-23. Meanwhile, Brandon Valley back in action here, and a little back set out to the right, little roll shot and perfect swing for Abby Gruber, who will score. And it makes it 13-4. Speaking of football, Brandon Valley had a spirited win last night. They had a number 1 versus number 2 battle with Sioux Falls Lincoln. Brandon Valley comes out on top with a win on their home field, 35-30. So a big win there for Coach Christensen and the Lynx. Another ace for Stroh. It was let go by the Governor back line, but it falls in fair. Pierre will try again, but they just get a tap out by Bushbaum, and now the Governor's a little bit out of position. They got caught looking a little bit and just kind of watching what was going on across the net rather than getting in position, and Jersey Melcher takes advantage. She'll swing and score, and Stroh continues to serve. Right now, a run that has come up to 7 in a row, 15 serving 4. Pierre in a bit of disarray returning. Nice dive here and a good job by Waldron to keep it off the floor. Schleckaway clears out. Here's a punch back. And Bushbaum almost missed it, but it gets across. Melcher ready to swing this time. The cross-court effort will not stay in play. So a 7-point rally by Brandon Valley opening up an 11-point lead. But it comes to an end with their third miss on the floor. And it's 15-5 Lynx in the second set. Hadley Hart's first serve of the day. Had some vapor on the trail that time. Bumps that spike. Brandon Valley, though, no problem. That was a great aggressive serve by Hadley Hart. But, you know, teams like Brandon Valley, there's nothing they haven't seen. And they've had a lot of reps, especially in their club schedule in the off seasons. And they were able to handle that one, no problem. 5'5" sophomore Briley Labor in for the first time today to do some serving. Marina Bushbaum will take a swing in the back row. First touch by Alexis Vanderham, who's in for some back row play as well. Governor's got it back, but they only tap it on the return by Bushbaum. Boomsma taps it back in the middle, but Kennedy Boomsma this time is effective enough off the Governor block, and that hits the floor. Boomsma's second kill of the day, 17-5. Service point here for Labor, who will go again for the Lynx. Schleckaway plays it up right in the middle. Schleck gets it back from Sloan Waldron. Brandon Valley, chaos, but they free ball it back. Governor's ready to go again. Schleckaway, that one is touched at the net, so Pierce still has it, but the misplayed set by Waldron sets up perfectly for Jersey Melcher at the net. She will slam it home. 18-5, a gift point that time for Brandon Valley. The Governors just had a misplay on their own, kind of an unforced error. It won't really go on the sheet that way. Here's Schleckaway again, this time off of Boomsma's hand and down. Alexis Schleckaway will score her first kill of the day. Points not coming as easily in this set for the Pierre Governors. They've got a long way to go as they trail by 12, 18-6. Molly Olson will send a lob across. Van Westen is there. Boomsma on the slide, play out to the right. Just another well-run route. This time by the Brandon Valley Lynx, and Kennedy Boomsma will swing and score. And again, it's Logan McGuire getting more of the set assists in this match so far. Logan is back to serve. Good trajectory on that one, straight across. Sloan Waldron is blocked at the net. It hung up, but falls to the Brandon Valley side. Shealy clears it away, and now Schleckaway again. Van Westen keeps it off the floor. Brandon Valley returns. Olson back set near side. There is Sloan Waldron. This time it goes straight down in the block attempt by Melcher. And Waldron will swing and score her second of this set and of the afternoon. 19-7 to the updated score. Schleckaway serves, and that'll be an ace. Going to the near side, angling to the right. Vanderham got there just a little late. Alexis Vanderham, good hustle, but it's in the net, and it stays down on the Lynx side. So the ace for Schleckaway, who almost got another one. But once again, Van Westen keeps things off the floor. Here's Novotny with a swing. That one might have been touched, but They say no. That one looked almost, Novotny probably did hit it with a little upward trajectory there, but it almost looked like it might have received some help in getting upward and eventually outward. Now the Governors are screaming out again, but a service ace, it was not. It was not out. Melcher angles one down the right sideline. Brandon Valley scoring the aces in this one, and the Governors just deciding not to play, and which is a court awareness issue for on the Pierce side of things. There's a swinging kill up on the left side. Lynx will score another one for a bench player, Amelia Miller, a 5'10 freshman. First kill for her. Brandon Valley cruising in the second set so far, 22-8. 3 to go to a 2-set lead. We'll see if they can get it, but first, another Coca-Cola timeout, sponsored by Coca-Cola Bottling in Pierre. Back in 30 seconds with more Pierre Governor Volleyball.
Hills Vacation Home, the Summit on Dancing Sky near Leeds, South Dakota, in the popular Powder House Pass development. It's a modern rustic design with over 5,000 square feet, 6 bedrooms, and 5 baths for you to enjoy. You'll get gorgeous views of the Terry Peak Mountain Range. There's a community pool to enjoy, and you're close to all the attractions like Deadwood, Sturgis, Spearfish, and a whole lot more. The Summit on Dancing Sky. Visit them at DancingSky.com.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal.
Back at Riggs High Gym here in this second set. I think if you kind of like to see how the other half lives, sometimes Brandon Valley showing a little bit more of that in this second game. The Governors played with them for a good chunk of the first set. Here with a well-timed timeout, however, as Jersey Melcher comes out of the break and will send a serve a little bit too long and too strong. 22-9 our score. Ryan Oakland, glad to have you with us. Governor Volleyball back on the court for the first time in 2 full weeks, but this is their first of 3 matches coming up. They've got Huron at home on Tuesday night, then we go to Lynx next Saturday. Kennedy Boomsma with another quick point coming back off of a Governor's serve. Boomsma's got 3 in the game, 4 in the match, and it is 23-9. All Brandon Valley here. Boomsma comes out. Van Westen back in to take her place in the rotation as libero. Brandon Valley keeps one alive, taps it back. Now Olsen, second one over Van Westen, gets there again, but this time, for the first time today, she's not able to keep it in play, and Molly Olsen will collect another kill. And Molly playing more, not necessarily full time. She'll still check out, and Marina Bushbaum back in up front. Sloan Waldron back to serve, but tentative on this one, and that stays low and in the net. First miss in serve, and of course, sometimes it's the timing. Well, it was 23-9, and then was that Molly Olsen after the kill? It's 24-9 right now. Not sure if they didn't have a scoring error here. I thought Pierre might have had a 10 at this point, but doesn't matter. A Bushbaum miss in on the attack is long and out of bounds. That's 25 for the Brandon Valley Lynx on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard. Brandon Valley up 2-0, 25-9 here in the second. 2 down, 1 to go for the Lynx. We'll reach halftime, but the Gales Gas Service scoreboard has Brandon Valley up 2 sets. Halftime in our broadcast brought to you by Wealth Partners, Ameriprise Financial in Pierre. We'll be back in 2 minutes. You're listening to Pierre Governor Volleyball on River 92.7 and DRGnews.com.
Ameriprise Advisors can work.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
At Dakota Behavioral Health, we offer comprehensive mental health services, including medication management. With offices in Pierre and Winter, we provide in-person and telehealth appointments to fit your schedule. Whether you're managing anxiety, depression, stress, or other concerns, our compassionate team is here to help. We are currently accepting new clients, so take the first step toward better mental health today. Call Dakota Behavioral Health at 605-702-6769 or visit dakotabh.com to schedule your appointment.
Fentanyl is a powerful synthetic opioid, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. Even a tiny amount can be deadly. It's often mixed with other drugs without your knowledge, increasing your risk of overdose. Protect yourself and your loved ones and avoid unknown substances. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, one pill can kill. For more information on fentanyl prevention, visit your local health resource or speak to a healthcare professional today. This message was brought to you by the Great Plains Tribal Opioid Response, so that the people may live.
Explore the 2023 Lincoln Navigator at Capital City Ford in Lincoln. Every time you approach your Lincoln, you'll receive a re-carpet welcome. Twin turbocharged 3.5 V6 engine with auto start-stop technology, you'll travel confidently with technology that meets all your needs. Now you can get the 2023 Navigator for 5.9% at 72 months. Stop in to see the full vehicle lineup at Capital City Ford in Lincoln. Capital City Ford in Pierre, South Dakota.
Futures aren't
Welcome
made
back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union press box. Owyhee Federal Credit
Confusion on Amali Olson's spot kill at the end of that second set before Brandon Valley scored their 25th and final. And, I got a little backup from Brian Menning on our live ticket video scan. He's keeping a running tally of scores as well, and he had Pierre at 10 points as well. So thank you, Brian Menning, for backing me up. And that's what's going on my stat sheet. 2 for the Lynx, though, 25-16, 25-10. But the Governors have, for what it's worth, made double figures in both the first two sets. Brian Oakland here, and there's one other order of business I need to take care of here, and I forgot to do that when this match started, but we have a new sponsor for highlight plays this year in our Governor broadcasts, and it's Rounds Financial Services. Rounds Financial Services in Pierre with the Right on the Money highlight play, sponsored by Rounds Financial Services in Pierre, where your money works for you. Osaic Wealth member, SIPC. And we'll try to make more notes of Right on the Money highlight plays. Pierre with a good swing, but Brandon Valley with some scrambling, and they kept it alive, but the Governors come right back, and Sloan Waldron sets up here to Alexis Schleckaway. Schleck's been swinging a little bit here in this second and third sets. She gets her second one down of the day, and Pierce strikes first off of the Comtech opening serve of game number 3, but coming right back. Brandon Valley with a Boomsma swing. That's kept alive by Schleckaway with a lunging dig with a one hand. Now this time it's Raya Sheely on the right side, and this one goes a little bit long. 2-0 to start. Third set for the Governors. They'll try to stay alive as long as they can in this one. Of course, Brandon Valley will play an attempt for a 3-set sweep. Jersey Melcher comes right back and swings and scores. She's the first one to hit double digits in the kill column. That is her 10th. First 2 to Pierre. Now back to Brandon Valley. Melcher is back to serve. Laid up. Kept alive by Olson out of the net, and a little tapper down for Sloan Waldron into the Lynx campfire here. Waldron's third kill. And it's 3-1 as Hadley Hart will rotate back into serve. Schleckaway out as she moves up to the front line. Alyssa Lowe is back up there, joining Allie Keys as well. Swing for Gianna Stroh. Hot shots. Olson tried to keep it alive. Hart can't run it down over by the Governor bench. And those are the types of swings that Gianna Stroh gets up there. She's got more hang time than anybody because she's got the most leaping ability, and she's proven it, than anybody in the state of South Dakota. She set an all-time state record at the state track and field meet in the high jump last May. Here's Alyssa Lowe coming back, and she'll swing and score off the block and down. And the Governors have a 4-2 lead early on here in game number 3. Governors starting to make some more of those right on the money highlight plays, sponsored by Rounds Financial Services in Pierre. Sheely down the line. The Governors with a dig up into the rafters, but they can't keep it alive. And Raya Sheely going to collect her first kill of the afternoon. 4-3 our score here. And the rotation sends Sheely back to the back line now. Leans into this one. That's played up by Schleckaway. Now Waldron out to the outside, near side. Allie Keys Keys hasn't been able to swing with as much effectiveness in this second and now third matches. Here's Abby Gruber with a swinging kill from the middle. She's got a kill in each of the three sets now as she scores point number 4 for Brandon Valley. Shealy again. That one just died right in front of Allie Keys. Allie thought she was there. All of a sudden had to reach down to her shoe tops and couldn't get it back up into the air. Shealy with the ace. 7th of the day for the Lynx. Shealy on the runner. Keys with a misplay once again. Pierre got 3 touches on it. I'm going to go with a return error this time rather than a second straight ace, but it'll be 6-4. As Brandon Valley is now on a 4-point rally. Shealy effective serving this one down the line, and Bushbaum let it go, but it is plenty fair. Essentially back-to-back aces, but 2 of them here for Raya Shealy. Here she comes again, and she's just got, you can see it from where I'm at up here, got a lot of action on that serve. The return by the Governors went right back to the net, and Gruber is there to slam it home. The dig back over, but out of bounds on the near side by Pierre, and it's now 8 serving 4. Any momentum the Governors had, oh my goodness, that one is. I thought that was going to be another one in play, but Micah Miller says, nope, that one sailed just a little bit long, so that will bring an end to that service run. It is 8-5 now. Any momentum, as I was going to say, that Pierre might have had early in this third set, taken away by that 6-point run by Brandon Valley. Pierre in system this time, and they get a swing for Alyssa Lowe. Not much on it, but effective enough. And that is down for the point. Governors get a rare service point here. And they're back within 2 as Keys sends another one across. Van Weston plays it up to Logan McGuire. Gruber tapped it away. Governor's second touch is over from Lowe. Now the pass across. Close to the net, but it was cleared away. And all of a sudden, McGuire sets up Gruber, who will swing and score. That entire sequence, the whole volley was nothing but chaos. If any team was better in system on that sequence, it was the Pierre Governors, even though they weren't getting great swings. But then all of a sudden, McGuire was just in perfect position to get a perfect set assist up, and Abby Gruber slams the door. And it's 9-6. Lynx with the point. Another return of serve that goes up into the rafters. Pierre able to play it out of there. Here's a tap out. Now we've got a net violation on Gruber. Abby Gruber reached up high. She got the ball away, even though she couldn't get a full swing on it. She did what she could to get it across, but she just kind of stayed in motion. But her torso did come down into the net, and an error here for Brandon Valley. And it'll be 7 serving 9 once the Governors get their rotation set in place with the R2, Todd Sandel. As mentioned, he eagle-eyes this more than anybody. And Pierre had their libero, Hadley Hart, in there, but she's going to have to check out. In fact, replaced by Addison Novotny. And this is what I really, I marvel at volleyball officials and how they can keep this all straight. I mean, up here, I've just got too much to talk about. I can't keep track of all that stuff. I don't know how they keep track of that, in addition to who's in the net and who's scoring and who's short hopping and things like that. But yet again, Brandon Valley, even after all that delay, well, right away, as soon as that serve goes into play, Brandon Valley is in system, and they put it home. Gruber with her 4th kill in this set. She only had 2, 1 each in each of the first 2 sets. Brandon Valley leads 10-7. Governors come right back this time, though. Bump set spike. Addie Novotny's 2nd kill of the day. Right on the money. When you can do it like that, returning the serve for the Governors, a right-on-the-money highlight play for Pierre, sponsored by Rounds Financial Services. In the capital city, here's a loose ball on the return, and somehow Brandon Valley gets the advantage. Good dive by Logan Torgrud, a 5'7" junior who has just recently checked into this match. Kind of set up the loose ball, but then at the net, Gruber, I believe, was able to put it away. Torgrud on for the first time 5 years ago. Grew up in the grade schools here in the capital city, but her family moved to the Sioux Falls area back around or shortly after COVID time. Good to see her folks again. And we got a lift here, trying to keep things alive. Ashley Ertl, a 6-foot junior who played quite a bit more last year when Jersey Melcher was out of the lineup. An error for the Lynx, though, and it's 11-9. Brandon Valley maintaining the lead. Now it's the Lynx out of rotation. So the Lynx have some substitutes in here now, which is Marette Grage wanted to do, try to get more people onto the floor. But they've got to make sure they're in the right rotation. A point to the Governors, and it's 11-10. Melcher taps out. Waldron is there to Olsen, and off the block, and good for a scoring kill is Allie Keys. Her first kill since game one when she had 3 power blasts early on. Few in a row for the Governors as Schleckaway serves. Torgrud comes up to play that one, and now a swing off the net by Gruber. Pierre is able to run it down to the back row, but they've got a free ball at back. Here's Van Weston, McGuire, and Melcher in the middle. That's the rare swing and attack from Jersey Melcher in the middle, but Pierre free balls again. McGuire back out to Melcher, left side, good. Yeah, they have the ability and the luxury to just try a few different things. It didn't work from the middle, but Melcher back out in her comfort zone on the edge, and she's able to put one away after Pierre had clawed back within a tie at 11-11. Now 12 serving 11. Olsen has to punch one away as the return came back too close to the net. Now a dig in the back row. Hart finds it up into the air, and now Olsen clears out. Brandon Valley with a diving Van Weston attempt. And again, great play by the Governors, but here's Brandon Valley just sitting at home. And they get a good first pass by Van Weston. Logan McGuire out to Jayana Stroh, who swings and scores her 10th kill of the afternoon. No problem. 13-11. Novotny dug up by Sheely. Stroh back on it, and it's off of the net. A major ricochet away from the Governor defense. That one ricocheted a long way, but it still comes down in fair play. In front of the scorer's table, Gianna Stroh with 2 in a row. 14-11, and the return on the next one is right back to the Lynx. There's a swing up front. Another diving dig, this time by Schleckaway. Good effort, but Novotny cannot clear. That all set up by a good swing by Ashley Ertl, as mentioned, just into the varsity match for the first time. 4 in a row for the Lynx, makes it 15-11. It's still Jersey Melcher serving. Away, Schleckaway to Waldron. Little palm shot out by Keys. Here's Sheely coming back, and she'll beat Keys and Novotny on the block this time. And Raya Sheely scores her second kill, both in this set. 5 in a row for Brandon Valley now, and here might have to think about another timeout here, especially after an ace. Schleckaway unable to play the Melcher serve, and it is a timeout time for the Pierre Governors. Timeouts in the broadcast brought to you by Coca-Cola Bottling. Time's running short on the Governors. The Lynx lead 17-11, looking for the sweep. We're in the third, and we're back in 30 seconds after this Coke break. This is Pierre Governor Volleyball.
They're dreamt, they're planned, they're discovered. At Northern State University, futures are the result of hard work and grit. NSU is an academic powerhouse with a spirit of exploration and genuine support, where professors know your name and push you to discover what you're truly capable of. But don't take our word for it. When you experience Northern, you'll see the difference here.
The best Western Ram back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union press box.
Back at Riggs High, it was 11-11. The Governors keeping pace here in the third set, but Jersey Melcher goes in serve. Suddenly, Brandon Valley is making things happen out of chaos, things like that. And then they're just, again, staying in their comfort zones. They've got good passers, good setters, good hitters, of course. And this 6-point rally puts them up 17-11 out of the Coca-Cola timeout. It's still Jersey Melcher serving. Effective lob serve, but Brandon Valley is going to sneak up and graze the net. And that'll be a violation. That'll be a point to Pierre to end that service run. But 6 good ones for the Lynx. The Governors will have to play and come from behind mode again. Hadley Hart with a line drive serve, played up by Maya Van Westen. Here the Governors blocking Ertelt, and then pushing it off at the top of the net. Sheely takes a swing, and this one hooks out of bounds on the far side. Micah Miller dancing away from that one. The line judge. 6 errors for Brandon Valley in this third set. Good play up here of a hot shot served by Hart. Melcher with the play up. They get it out to Stroh, and Jayana Stroh wins the battle of the block this time. And she's got a dozen on the afternoon. 18-13 our score. 2 for the Govs that time. See if they can get a quick one and done on Van Westen's serve. Schleck away to Olsen, but Waldron has to come and get it and contort to get it across. There's Brandon Valley right in the middle, leaving it with Gruber. Abby Gruber. 6 kills in this set. 8 in the match. It's 19-13, Brandon Valley. Keys ready to hot shot swing again. Allie Keys. A breath of fresh air for the Pierre Governor attack. 5 kills in this one, and again, right on the money. Well, that right on the money highlight play for Allie Keys and the Governor offense. Sponsored by Rounds Financial Services in Pierre. 19-14, tap back this time Stroh on the return of serve. Here's Bushbaum taking a swing. That's off the block and down. And the Governors will score another. Here with 8 kills in this third set, and I'll be quite honest, that is about as many as I've seen them score. I did not actually cover the 2 matches that Pierre has won this season, but 8 kills in a single game has been about as good as it has gotten against top-notch opponents for the Governors this entire season. They still trail by 5 after a Gruber kill. That'll give Brandon Valley side out back, and it's 20-15. Sheely serving. Brandon Valley leads by 5 with just 5 to go. Now they lead by 4. Tap her over and down for Alyssa Lowe, who's got 3 kills. Riley Labor going to check in. Sheely will catch a break here in this third set after her service run comes to an end. Labor will play through the back line and immediately get a nice return of serve. Good pass up, but McGuire back sets out to the slide, and Gruber, who stayed down the line, missed it right, and it's out of bounds. Point to Pierre, 20-17. Van Westen to McGuire, and then free balled out by Stroh. No system there for Brandon Valley. Here's Lowe, little power tap, and Labor the last to touch. Good reflexes all around for the Lynx. Pierre will try it again. Two-hander on the run. Schleck away, but it's the Lynx in the net. And it's McGuire admitting, my bad this time. Brandon Valley uncharacteristic with the errors now. They've mounted it to 8. And the Governors are staying in this one. It's 20-18. Hook shot. McGuire won't go. Tried to get that second touch over. And Marette Grage is going to take a rare timeout. Governors with 4 in a row. Don't sleep on them yet. It's 20-19. Brandon Valley wants the sweep. Pierre wants to go to a 4th. We'll see what happens after this 30-second Coca-Cola timeout. We're back with more Pierre Governor Volleyball.
The Ramkota Hotel
supports all South Dakota student athletes and their families. They are conveniently located off Interstate 90, close to downtown and minutes from the beautiful Black Hills. The Ramkota offers sports and family-friendly rates. Guests can relax for free in the indoor water park. They have 36,000 square feet of banquet and meeting space, and the award-winning Minerva's Restaurant and Bar is located on site. Best Western Ramkota welcomes everyone to beautiful Rapid City, South Dakota. back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union press box. Owyhee Federal.
Well, not without a little help from the opponents, but the Pierre Governors have come back, and they are still in this thing. Back within one late in the third set. It's 20-19. Glad to have you back here at Riggs High Gym. Brian Oakland play-by-play as Allie Keys will continue in serve. Riley Labor up to Logan McGuire. Close to the net. Tapped over by Gianna Stroh. Here come the Governors from the 10-foot line. Schleckaway had to get it across. But Pierre gets it right back. Schleckaway again down the line. Nothing on that one. McGuire to Stroh. This time a little more conventional, but a diving dig by Keys, keeping it off the floor. Brandon Valley with another one. Played up. Stroh with a hotter hit this time. And Gianna Stroh, all power. She jumps the way she does, and she can generate just incredible power by all the hang time and the technique that she has. Logan Torgrud will check in as Brandon Valley finally ends that Governor rally. It is now 21-19. And the former Pierre resident, Logan Torgrud, comes in to serve in Stroh's place. But it is Marina Bushbaum taking the third hit. Her best swing of the day is off the block and down. Marina Bushbaum with a third kill. And the Governors are in double digits in kills here in game number 3. 21-20. One and done for Brandon Valley. McGuire runs one down, leaves it with Jersey Melcher, but that one's kept off the floor by Schleckaway. Tapper by Novotny at the net. Now pushed on the way back by Maya Van Westen. Pierre on the run. Oh, my goodness, a great hit here. And it's Pierre. Something they haven't done all season long, creating something pleasant out of chaos. Waldron had a good pass, but it was Schleckaway right on the money with a great return off the net, and it's down right on the money. Highlight play for Lexi Schleckaway from Brown's Financial Services in Pierre. Now Alyssa Lowe serving, but this one stays wide on the far side. 21-21, we had a tie, but now Brandon Valley by one. And this is a 3-hit for the Governors, 4 hits actually, and what happened was great serve by Abby Gruber, who I'm going to give an ace. Governors got a touch, but then it ricocheted off of 2 other players. And Gruber, again, we haven't seen her serving all game long, but now all of a sudden she's got 2 aces. Well, I guess we have seen her serving. She had an ace in the first set on my stat sheet. Then suddenly, where Pierre got back within a tie at 21-21, now Brandon Valley with 3 in a row, and now 4 in a row. 3 aces in a row for Abby Gruber to close out the match. I didn't even have a chance to say match point. Brandon Valley Lynx, but that was the case. That was the situation. They score the last 4. And Brandon Valley, at long last, right on the money with that highlight play to close things out. Great serving for the Lynx today. That'll tell part of the story. But hey, after a 2-week layoff, I'll tell you, these Pierre Governors, they played like a different ball club today, and that's refreshing to see. Hopefully we'll get a chance to talk with Coach Kerry Wheelhouse about some things, maybe even a player when we come back for our Family Dental post game. But first, your Gales Gas Service scoreboard in the third set. Brandon Valley defeats the Governors 25-21, and it's a 3-set sweep, sending Brandon Valley to a 13-2 mark on the season. 25-16, 25-10, 25-21. On your final score in the Gales Gas Service scoreboard, and when it gets cold, use their budget plan and keep full service to stay warm all season long with Gales Gas Service in Pierre. 3-minute break, and we'll be back for our post game. You're listening to Pierre Governor Volleyball and your official voice of the Govs, River 92.7 and DRGnews.com.
Dr. Ryan and his team at
livelihood. It's a legacy. Simplot was founded by a hardworking farmer like you over 90 years ago, and we've been growing America's farms for generations. With local crop advisors grounded in your success, Simplot Grower Solutions is in your fields and by your side. We dig in deep to pinpoint what you need, where you need it, when you need it, even when the forecast is unpredictable.
With our new online loan application, you can go to our website and apply for a loan when it's most convenient for you. We make getting loan approval fast and easy. Our local lenders are available to assist you if you have any questions. We make it pain-free to get that loan you've been wanting. We're an equal housing lender. Oahe Federal Credit Union, your hometown credit union since 1955. Federally insured by NCUA.
This harvest season, make sure your John Deere Active Yield system is working for you. Active Yield measures and monitors your yield in real time, but accurate data starts with proper calibration. Save yourself the phone calls and downtime with these quick tips. Regularly check and clean sensors and components, and recalibrate when switching crops or after major maintenance. And if software issues pop up, Grossenberg Implement's Precision Ag Support Team is just a call away, 402-256-6303. They'll keep you running smoothly this harvest. From everyone at Grossenberg Implement, stay safe out there and have a great harvest.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, but to put your ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if, a little more? Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
When you're thinking of a new or used car, motorcycle, pickup, or RV, think of us. We make all sorts of vehicle loans. We can set you up with payments that fit your budget. So if you have getting some new wheels in mind, stop by and see us. We'll get you the right loan. Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. We're big on you.
We're small enough to know your name, but we're big on you.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
At Ringneck
Back
Energy.
to the Oahe Federal Credit Union press box. Oahe Federal.
And they got dominated in that second set in particular, but through much of the first set and a lot of that third set, we saw maybe some of the best volleyball the Pierre Governors have played all season long. And this, their 11th match of the season, things could be looking up a little bit. Certainly got to give a lot of pats on the back for the effort of the Governors in this one. But Brandon Valley still the superior team today as they win it 25-16, 25-10, 25-21. Brian Oakland with you. This is our Family Dental postgame brought to you. This is in Pierre and Gettysburg. And here's how it all went down. Even though a lot of back and forth play early on, we traded side outs quite a bit early on. Pierre had a 5-4 lead, but Brandon Valley took their first legitimate lead at 7-5. And we're able to keep it 1 or 2 point lead, but Pierre was hanging right with them. First time it was up to 3, was at 13-10, but the Governors kept it close, 14-12, 15-13, but then a 4-point service rally for the Lynx made it 19-13 in the first. And then after a one and done for Pierre, 4 more for the Lynx put it up to 23-14, and they won that one comfortably in the end, 25-16. Second set was all Brandon Valley, starting with a 4-point run to go up 5-2. They advanced the lead to 5 as early as 8-3, but then from 8-4, 7 in a row for Brandon Valley. And I think it was Jersey Melcher serving at the time. That made it 15-4, and that double-digit deficit too much for the Governors to overcome. And I think the final score on the board was 25-9, but we feel, Brian Menning and I, actually, who were keeping track of the scoring tally, we feel that there was a 10th point in there that should have been scored for the Governors. So I'm saying 25-10 in the second. But then the third set, Pierre comes back. They score the first 2 with scoring kills. And, Brandon Valley in this third game started to make some mistakes. A little bit sloppier. They got some other people in on the floor. And They get other people in there. It wasn't quite the chemistry that they were used to necessarily, but they still came to life with Raya Sheely serving when they scored 6 in a row, and they go up 8-4. Looked like they were going to go on and cruise in this one, but they still were given everything that they could bargain for. An 11-8 Brandon Valley lead was tied up with the Governors scoring 3 in a row at 11-11. Then you think, well, Brandon Valley comes up with 6 straight, and it made it 17-11. That might have been the point where Sheely was serving later in the match. But then Pierre just started chipping away, and from 20-15 down, they score 4, and they're back within 1, 20-19. Brandon Valley one and done. The Governors get 2 more, and suddenly we've got a 21-21 ball game. But then Abby Gruber comes in, and Gruber was very quiet in this match. Scoring-wise, it seemed to be the Jayana Stroh, Jersey Melcher show, but Abby Gruber is a scoring machine. She was in that third set. She had 7 kills in the front line, but she also pitched 3 aces to finish with 4 on a day, 3 in a row on the last 3 points of the match. And suddenly, before we could even really try to describe anything, Abby Gruber with 3 aces, and just like that, the match came to an end. 25-21, the final score in that third set. But for the Governors to score in the 20-point range and above against this Brandon Valley team, I think in the third set, really kind of speaks volumes. And again, I'm not one to preach moral victories, but I certainly, I appreciate opportunities to pat people on the back when they play, a little bit better. And that's kind of what we saw with the Governors here today. Really appreciative if they can take this kind of play and against a much more, a much better matchup against the Huron Tigers here at home on Tuesday night in their next match. Things might start to turn around. Governors obviously need some victories if they want to play postseason volleyball in this season. Still a lot of volleyball to be played, but they do succumb to the Brandon Valley Lynx in this one in 3 straight. Still plenty more to talk about. We'll expect to have a coach interview coming up. Actually, Kerry Wheelhouse is coming up with Allie Keys, so we'll get them on the mic. Let's take a 60-second timeout. More of our Family Dental postgame coming up. This is Pierre Governor Volleyball.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
There's an app for everything. There's an app for everything, including high school sports from the stations of DRG Media Group. Download the DRG News app from the App Store or Google Play. It takes only a moment, so you'll have it to replay this game. See live and archive video of all games, and when you select your favorite station during the live stream, the video will immediately pop up. See Central South Dakota High School sports on your phone or mobile device with the DRG News app. Download it now from the App Store or Google Play.
Back with more at Riggs High Gym. This is Pierre Governor Volleyball. A good match for the Governors, all things considered, even though they do lose in straight sets. But Kerry Wheelhouse is up to talk about this one. Before we get to her, let's chat with a player as well. Junior hitter Allie Keys is up here as well. And Allie, I know in talking with Coach Wheelhouse much of this season, the idea for the offense is to get Allie Keys more swings, and I think we saw them today. Maybe a little bit of a lack in that second set, but a lot of things were lacking in that second set. How'd you feel early on when you're just hitting as hard as anybody on that Brandon Valley side and scoring points, and you guys are staying with them right off the bat?
Yeah, I think I got the ball set to me a lot more today, and I hit the ball hard today and did good with that. So.
How much work have you put in getting up and, and your technique and the ability to really pack a punch with a great swing like that?
A lot. We put in a lot of work with the last 2 weeks not having any games, and I think it showed today a little bit.
Were you bored in the last 2 weeks, or were you just itching to get back on the floor?
A little bit, yeah.
It's just too much practice, right?
Yeah.
But, Coach, I asked her about bonding and things like that. And I'll tell you what, from 2 weeks ago to today, you guys look like you're a much better, you did some bonding activities, and it showed today, didn't it?
Yeah, I think it showed.
And why? I mean, how did you feel? What was it like to feel, to play with maybe some people that you knew more about today in a volleyball sense?
Yeah, I think doing the off-the-court team bonding stuff can help, and it shows on the court, too.
And what was your mindset coming in against one of the top teams in the state? How did you approach this one? It didn't seem like the intimidation factor was there, which I think in human nature it certainly could have been.
No, I think when we're alone, we're obviously the underdog. I think we can play more free and just play like we have nothing to lose. So.
And I thought, too, one of the things I said to Coach in our pregame chat, I thought, this is a great opportunity to come in more focused. Do you feel more focused in this one? And do you feel like focus and mental clarity is one thing that can help you moving forward right now?
Yeah, I definitely think we did good with that today.
So now, how do you feel going forward, too? A great opponent in Brandon Valley? Kind of a better matchup for you coming on Tuesday. You got the Huron Tigers. Can you keep this rally going against them?
Yeah, I think if we continue to play like that and continue to still get better, we will do good against more teams.
Do you have conversation now about what it's going to take to even make the postseason? Obviously, you need some wins. You got to put some wins together to get to the Sodac 16.
Yeah, we definitely need a few wins to make it to that.
So that way, so the players are thinking about that, right? Okay, Allie, great job. It's great to see you swinging. We'll see more of that hopefully on Tuesday night. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks for coming up, Allie Keys. Who, by the way, I did tell her I was going to give her a T-shirt for the way she performed here today for Player of the Game, at least on the Pierce side. We'll talk more about that in a little bit. Now let's bring the coach in too, and Carrie Wheelhouse. And first of all, I'm curious. You took a team picture with your opponents today at the net. What was the purpose of that? Just was it something special or?
Yeah, they were supposed to announce it before the game, but I guess it didn't get made in the book. This week is Volleyball Officials Week, Appreciation Week, and so we gave out some cards to our volleyball officials before the game, both teams, and then wanted to take a picture with them so that we could put it out there and just say thank you, because they're the unsung heroes of sports and high school sports. If we didn't have officials, we wouldn't have games.
No way. You're kidding me. Okay. No, it's that's something we certainly appreciate.
And Todd didn't call us out of rotation too many times, minus when we had a little mess up. But, so we can still say thank you.
They were all legit, right?
Yes.
Okay. No, we do certainly. And that's what we do in our pregame all the time. We thank the officials for what is oftentimes a thankless job. And I don't even have that scripted. I just have it memorized. Anyway, so great, a really great effort today. You guys come out and like we were talking with Allie Keys, and you've wanted swings from Allie Keys, and today we find out why. She hits hard.
Yeah, she does. This week in practice, we were playing a game, and she swung, and poor Hadley was on the receiving end, and I said, I think I saw my life flash before your eyes because she came so hard at her. But yeah, we switched up a little bit our rotation so that we could maybe get her more consistent sets. Her and Molly have a good connection, so trying to get Molly to be her setter a little bit more. And then, Sloan with Myrna, because, Sloan's her back sets are really good for Myrna and reading her. So just changing up a few things that way. And it seemed to work today. So I think we're going to roll with this rotation a little bit longer and see if we can't keep getting those swings out of Allie. It just, yeah, she can put them away.
Because obviously you still need that, more chemistry. And I asked you a couple of weeks about simplifying things a little bit, and especially with the sets. I don't know that it was I don't know. In my opinion, as a fan, I thought maybe getting a little too cute with some of these sets. Let's just set to somebody straight out in front of you, and let's get them all timed up, and then you can slam the door a little bit more. And I thought I did see a little more of that today. And the best thing I have for you on this one, I've got you at 11 kills in that third set alone. Against top-notch talent and opponents, I haven't seen that all season long.
Yeah, we haven't seen that all season. Stuff that we're running with on that, it just, we've learned that, Addie can set, she runs a 1 really well, but maybe Alyssa doesn't. Maybe, and Alyssa's so long arm, she can run a 2 and just be fine with it. The different sets to the different people, what works for them, what doesn't work for them. And even using, the block. We don't have to be a hard swinger. You look at Lexi, she's not a hard swinger, but she's a really smart swinger. And so continuing to work on that, continuing to maybe tweak just a little bit on this rotation, the seams, we ran 3 different rotations this week in practice just to see what was going to work the best for us. And when we ended on this one, it just seems like it's one that should fit.
And defensively, you stared down a lot of bullets today as well. And I think you got some pretty good digs. Obviously, some of them get away from you, but I think you kept a lot more balls in play today too.
Yeah, our defense played a real amazing game today. Our block was a little late on everything. We're just, you're young at the middle and trying to read those blocks a little bit better. So reading the balls, and Alyssa was like, "Oh, I got to stop jumping with that setter," and so we've got that, and then our back row picking up those digs was an awesome job because we weren't getting it done at the block.
So a lot of things to look forward to as you get Huron in here on Tuesday, and that's a team that's always capable of really jumping up and biting. Tougher opponents, even though they're having kind of a struggle this season too. You got to have a lot of confidence coming into that next match now.
Yeah, this game today brings a lot of confidence to our girls. Continuing to work in practice with that kind of confidence is going to be key this week. And Huron coming in, you never underestimate them. I think they don't play as good on the road as they do at home. But they've beat some opponents that they shouldn't have beat, that you look at on paper that they shouldn't beat and competed with the other ones. So excited because Tuesday is our Dig Pink night. So we'll pink out the room. So we hope to have a lot of people here. We're going to support Avera Helmsley Center with our cancer patients over there. So we've got a big sale going on. We've got a raffle basket. We've got a bunch of T-shirts that have already been sold and raised a bunch of money already. So hopefully we see that pinked out, and it's got a little nod to Coach Byerly with a cowgirl hat on it.
Oh, yes.
And so really focusing on that on Tuesday, having fun with that. And I think that's the biggest thing too our girls talked about today was we really got to have fun. And even when we're struggling, the one timeout, I think I called the timeout, and all I did was tell them a dad joke. Just something to get them laughing, which they didn't like my dad joke. They said it was kind of weak, but just something to get them that smile on their face, get them happy because, again, at the end of the day, this is a game that we love, a game that we love to play, and no matter what, we're still getting to play it.
Okay. What was the dad joke?
The dad joke is, when does a joke become a dad joke? When it's a parent.
When it's a parent. Okay. I've heard that.
And they didn't laugh very hard at that one. But it got a few smiles because they think their coach is kind of weird sometimes. But then they come out of the timeout and they have a better attitude and maybe smile and think that they're, so we tried different things. Like we also have a candy bucket that we carry behind the bench. So if, things are a little sour, we need to get some sugar in us. So just try some different stuff. Just get their smile and get that energy back on the court.
Now I know. And that's there before the varsity matches too?
No, it's hidden.
No?
I never.
All right. I won't come a-looking. Yeah. All right. Hey, Coach, great effort today. And we'll see more of that hopefully on Tuesday night. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Carrie Wheelhouse, along with Allie Keys, joining us for our Family Dental postgame in this one. Brandon Valley with the victory, but the Governors with some promise. And for now, that'll do. Once again, stat-wise in this one, let's start offensively. Brandon Valley outscores the Governors in the kill column 41-22. Brandon Valley with 2 players in double digits. That's Gianna Stroh with 13 kills. Jersey Melcher will register 11. Abby Gruber comes in with 9, including 7 of them in that third and final set. They also get 4 from Kennedy Boomsma, 2 kills for Raya Sheely, and 1 kill for Logan McGuire. A very well-rounded effort by the Brandon Valley Lynx. Meanwhile, for the Governors, 22 kills in this 3-set match, I should say. 11 of those come in that third and final set, but they are led by Allie Keys. 5 kills, and again, I get it. That's not a lot of kills. She was actually scoreless in that second set, but it's just still some power punch and pack that we really haven't seen for most of this season, and that's just something to build on. So Keys leads with 5. You got Sloan Waldron with 3, Lexi Schleckaway with 3. Actually, Alyssa Lowe comes in with 4. 3 of those coming in the third game. Marina Bushbaum, or as Coach calls her, Myrna Bushbaum, 3 kills as well. Addie Novotny with 2. Molly Olson out of the setter spot with 2 as well. Both teams with 1 ace block. They both came in the first set. Addie Novotny had it for the Governors. Jersey Melcher with 1 for the Lynx. The serving, however, dominated by Brandon Valley. 12 aces in this one, including 3 in a row by Abby Gruber, who finished with a match-high 4 overall Logan McGuire, Jayana Stroh, Raya Shealy, Jersey Melcher, all with 2 kills apiece for the Lynx. 12 aces, but they did have 7 service errors. 4 of those came in the first set, however. Pierre with 6 misses in serve, 4 of which came in the first game, so the serving cleaned up for both teams through the second and third sets, but the Governors could only register 1 service ace, that one from Novotny in the first set. Governors had 15 hitting errors, we should say, an average of 5 on the day. Brandon Valley did climb a little high in that department in the third set with 9 errors, but they only had 3 in each of the first 2. They'll also have 15 total in this one. Lynx win it 25-16, 25-10, 25-21. A couple of orders of business to take care of is our first of all, our big plays of the game that are brought to you by Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre. Let's hear from them, and your big plays are coming up with more Pierre Governor Volleyball.
Quality comes first at Hermanson Endodontics. Dr. Brian Hermanson serves Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics strives to provide treatment that's not only comfortable, but also provides the best possible outcome. They do this by effective and timely communication with your dentist and preserving as much healthy tooth as possible using state-of-the-art 3-dimensional imaging and the dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre.
Hermanson Endodontics with big plays in this game, and a lot of times we look at service rallies and where things open up. There was a couple of them in that second set. Brandon Valley built a nice lead from 11-11 to 17-11, but the Governors came back and got within 25-21. I could go with the back-to-back-to-back aces by Abby Gruber to really close things out. Certainly the second game was dominated by Brandon Valley. The Governors looked like they had used up all their fire and energy in that first set, but Brandon Valley won it going away 25-16 in the first. And that's a good spot to go as well. 4 in a row put them up 19-13 at one point, and then another 4 in a row made it 23-14. That's the kind of play we expected from the Lynx coming into this one. But again, the difference between teams like Brandon Valley and the struggling teams like the Governors is more often than not, teams like the Lynx can make points out of chaos, and that's always a key for some coaches. And there was one point in particular where the Governors seemed to be a little more dominant. This was later in the third set, but then all of a sudden, Brandon Valley got a ball sent back by the Governors, and Maya Van Westen finally got a good pass set up, and there was Logan McGuire to set up Jayana Stroh on the outside, and as hard as Allie Keys hits, well, Jayana Stroh can hit him hard too, and that was one that was really kind of a momentum or stopper. I think if Pierre had the momentum going at the time, it was just a good stopper. Brandon Valley's they've got a few stoppers, Stroh, Melcher, but that was just an example of the biggest plays of the game that were turned in by the Lynx, and that's why they win this one in 3. Big plays are brought to you by Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre. And your player of the game is the last order of business to take care of. We'll hear from Cowboy Country Stores in Pierre and Fort Pierre as they sponsor today's players of the game, plural.
Anytime is a good time for Cowboy Country Stores in Pierre and Fort Pierre. Fall means hunting, sporting events, school activities. It means busy. Delicious, on-the-go, fresh foods from Cowboy Country Stores make life easy. Delight in the Champs Chicken Tenders Special. 6 tenders, just $8. 8 for $10 and 10 for $12. Add delicious sides and you're set. Convenience with a capital C. Cowboy Country Stores and Champs Chicken.
Cowboy Country Stores with our players of the game today, and I still want to give a T-shirt to the winning side of things, and we'll talk about that in a moment. But the way the Governors played, it was just a performance to feel pretty good about. And as we talked with Allie Keys up here, just the way she hit and packed a punch. If there is more of that to come for the Governors, then better things might start coming along with it. And Allie Keys with the team high 5 kills is one player of the game, as we will get her a T-shirt sponsored by Cowboy Country Stores as the Pierre player of the game in this match. But for the Brandon Valley Lynx, as they did a lot of good things today. I'm impressed with Logan McGuire and her passing ability. Maya Van Westen played a great libero today. First passes were outstanding in many cases, and she also just did a great job in lunging for digs and keeping things off the floor. She played extremely well in this one. I thought Abby Gruber came on strong. Of course, you've got Jersey Melcher, and boy, Brandon Valley's got to be tickled pink to have her back this season after a knee injury cost her season last year. But Jayana Stroh is towering above everybody today with 13 kills. The four-time state high jump champion, got that leaping ability, and all she does when she's going up into the air is locking and loading, and she's hitting them hard. 13 kills to lead all scorers. She is also player of the game in this one, sponsored by Cowboy Country Stores in Pierre and Fort Pierre. Well, looking ahead, you've got Brandon Valley next in action on Thursday, and they will be hosting the Yankton Gazelles in their only match of the week. The Governors have two more matches coming up. Tuesday night, our next action is they will host the Huron Tigers, and then Saturday, Pierre will go to Lynx to take on an unbeaten Class A opponent in the Lynx Orioles. Now, let's talk about Tuesday real quick. We will have playoff soccer coming up with the Pierre Governor girls, and I'm just going to ask everybody to stay tuned and find out. So, playoff soccer will probably be at 4 o'clock at the PILC soccer fields. It might be Pierre against Brandon Valley, in fact. In girls soccer, the Governor boys will be on the road, so we won't follow them, but we will have the girls in their home matchup. Justin Cowart will have all the details probably by tomorrow. But we may have Governor Soccer here on River 92.7. We might have to move Governor Volleyball to KGFX on Tuesday, or we might be able to fit them all in. In fact, if it's a 4 o'clock soccer game, should be over by 6, and we can do a 6:30 pregame here on River 92.7 on Tuesday as well. So programming notes, just some things to be aware of coming up. But in this one, as we wrap it up, a couple of other scores to pass along. Sioux Falls Lincoln beat Jefferson this afternoon 3-1. O'Gorman sweeps Sioux Falls Christian, one of the top teams perennially in the Class A ranks, and O'Gorman still looking very strong. You know about Harrisburg, now we know about Brandon Valley. We have still yet to have seen the O'Gorman Knights. That's another strong and more up-and-coming volleyball program once again in relation to what else has been going on in the Metro. So we look forward to seeing them down the road as well. But in this one, as we wish safe travels to Brandon Valley fans and everybody else on the road, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety reminds us all that there is... Let's put it this way, folks. It's text or drive. There is no and. Don't text and drive. And buckle up every trip, every time. Reminders from the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety. Your final Gales Gas Service scoreboard, it's Brandon Valley over Pierre, 25-16, 25-10, and 25-21. Big thanks to William Wilson for running audio production in studio, and for Brian Menning across the way for camera on Live Tickets video stream. You can rewatch this one at drgnews.com, the River 92.7 page. I'm Brian Oakland, your, again, the 3-set sweep for Brandon Valley, and we'll see you again Tuesday night when the Governor Volleyball Squad hosts the Huron Tigers on stations of DRG Media Group, your official voice of the Pierre Governors. Good evening, everybody.